Then we have another thing where Brittney Griner says that says something about that effing white girl. Now, can you imagine the outrage if Caitlin Clark said those things? That injuries that black girl was running from.
The WNBA is once again mired in controversy, highlighting ongoing issues with how the league handles its top talent. In a recent incident, shocking footage appears to show Brittney Griner referring to Caitlin Clark as an effing white girl after fouling out during a game against the Indiana Fever. Despite the league benefiting significantly from Clark's meteoric rise and the attention she has brought to a struggling organization, there seems to be a troubling lack of response to the repeated targeting and harassment she faces on the court.
I'm sure what she said, but the way people are taking it is that she said some very disrespectful stuff. All right, so let's take a look at what she is saying right here. I'm not a lip reader, but it looked like right here she says, effing white girls. Oh man, effing trash, effing white girls. Effing trash right there, effing white.
What transpired Thursday night during the Indiana Fever's 81-76 win over the Atlanta Dream was both troubling and, unfortunately, all too familiar for those who followed Caitlin Clark's treatment in the WNBA. Brittney Griner, who previously made international headlines after being part of a high-profile prisoner exchange, appeared visibly frustrated after being outplayed by the 22-year-old rookie point guard, who is significantly smaller in both size and stature. The incident underscores growing concerns about the hostility Clark continues to face from some veteran players.
The post from Brittney Griner, and one thing I don't understand is that, like, there is some kind of flimsy evidence, I guess. Like, we're not lip readers. We're not lip readers. She probably says trash. Like, it sounds like she has said. It looks like what it apparently says is effing white.
After a frustrating performance in which she scored just 5 points over 25 minutes, Griner was ejected from the game after picking up too many fouls. But rather than exiting the court with the professionalism expected of a veteran, cameras appeared to capture her mouthing the words trash and effing white girl in reference to Caitlin Clark. Think about that, a seasoned player, someone expected to lead by example, seemingly resorting to racially charged language out of frustration at being outplayed by a much younger, smaller opponent.
If you guys did not watch the game in its entirety, Brittney Griner fouled out late in the fourth, and she was in foul trouble the whole game. The referees was definitely calling everything on her. Even though the Indiana Fever really didn't get a chance to shoot a bunch of free throws that game, they was making specifically calls against Brittney Griner, and she was getting frustrated about it, man. Now, footage has surfaced, a couple different takes on this clip as well as to what she actually said. Some people said she didn't call Caitlin Clark a effing white girl. Some people say that she said what a effing whack call. At the end of the day, she said something.
The footage, now widely circulated across social media, seems to clearly capture Griner's outburst. While lip reading isn't foolproof, the visual evidence is striking enough that even casual viewers can interpret what appears to be said. This isn't a vague gesture or muddled audio. It's a moment where a professional athlete seemingly uses racially charged language toward a fellow player, apparently out of frustration over her own subpar performance on the court.
Well, now it appears that Brittney Griner has been caught on video. And yes, there's a certain amount of lip reading that's going on here, but I'll let you be the judge, because I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to try to decipher what it is Brittney Griner was saying. By the way, she fouled out of a WNBA game against Caitlin Clark in the Indiana Fever. She plays for the Atlanta Dream now. So here we go. Brittney Griner, who Joe Biden acquired 2 years ago and maybe the most lopsided trade of all time, this side of Deshaun Watson, was caught on camera saying what appeared to be some not very nice things about white girl Caitlin Clark during her little WNBA game last night.
If you're enjoying this coverage, please consider subscribing. What makes this incident even more frustrating is the context in which it happened. Caitlin Clark didn't even have a standout performance by her usual standards, finishing with just 11 points in the win. This wasn't a case of her dominating the game or embarrassing Griner in front of a national audience. It was simply a young player doing her job, while a veteran seemingly lost her composure and allegedly used language that would get most people fired in any other workplace. And incredibly, the Griner episode wasn't the only controversy involving Clark in that same game, a clear reflection of the hostile atmosphere she faces every time she steps on a WNBA court. Later in the game, Clark was involved in an altercation with Ryan Howard, resulting in both players receiving technical fouls. The league's response? Matching $30 fines, a laughably minimal punishment for professional athletes, treating both players as if they were equally at fault. Now consider this. The WNBA was quick to hand out a symbolic fine over a brief confrontation, but has remained completely silent in the face of what appears to be a racially charged outburst from Griner toward the league's biggest star. The contrast speaks volumes.